Well, hello. I haven't been on for a while, so I figured I'd come on and give an update on Grunt. He's getting to be a big boy, and maybe a little show and tell of what I'm doing on my shuttle bus. Let me slip over here to YouTube and get me started up here. Yep, it says I'm live, so that's a plus. All right, I'm on StreamYard. I think I finally figured out what was the problem. I don't know. It's fixed, but I'm not exactly sure how I fixed it, but it's working. So let me get this camera a little more centered. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Again, it's been a while since I've been on. And wow, we've got 6 viewers already. That was quick. I figured I'd come on again to show some updates on Grunt. He's getting to be a really big boy. Hello, all 6 that have come in. Sound off and let me know who you are, please. And this is either going to be an hour, or it's going to be an hour and a half, or it's going to be 2 hours. I'm not sure just yet. Hey, Kim, how's it going? Appreciate you coming in. I haven't been on in a couple weeks. Been working on the shuttle bus, trying to get that thing ready to go next month. Hopefully to Georgia first for the van build, and then out to Arizona for a few festivals. Well, thanks for missing me. I appreciate that, Kim. I kind of got fed up with YouTube. You know, I'd go on and do a couple hours and only get an hour with 5 or 6 people. Hey, Norris, how's it going? You know, I'd have 5 or 6 people in for an hour, and then YouTube would give me an hour of watch time. So I kind of got fed up with YouTube. So I'm going to just continue on. I'm not worried about making my watch hours. You know, on the other end, I've got hours dropping off because it's been over a year. So anything over 365 days, it drops off. So if I had, say, 1,000 hours, and 366 days ago I did 2 hours, so I'd have 998 hours if I didn't do any uploads or content or anything else. Doesn't look like I'm going to get to do all the content I wanted to here in Wilmington because I'm running late as usual. Things are just taking longer. The condo remodel took about 2 months longer than I thought it was going to. So now I'm not really rushing, but I'm working on the bus. If you've been checking my videos, I'm working on the electronics installation, getting that going. That's pretty much done now. Now I'm loading the bus right now, figuring out what I'm going to take this year. It's about half of what I took last year because I didn't need it all. So I'm getting ready to start pulling stuff out of the condo here and start packing that up into the bus. The condo owner has the condo up for sale and has picked out a house, but can't buy that house until the condo's sold. So I'm hoping it sells in the next couple weeks. Thanks, Kim. Hope it sells in the next couple weeks so I can help move all the stuff into the new house. And that'll be my new base of operations. Other than that, I've just been working on the shuttle bus. Right now, let's see if I can get this to work tonight. I think I've got it figured out. Let me get up here and let me see what we're doing for rain. I've got the national radar up here. And these are some of the bands from Sally coming in, even though it's quite a ways away. but we've been raining most of the day, pretty much all day. So you can see we've got some bands coming in here. Let's see if I can. It's not going to let me zoom out for some reason. That's all right. I've got one more finished video to do on the electronics, and then I'm going to do a walkthrough with a wide-angle lens inside the bus. It's not 100% done, so I'll do some more work on the road while I'm at it. And let me see, get back over here. It's been a while since I've used StreamYard, so I've got to remember how to run it all. And I'm looking up at my second monitor, getting things queued up. Now that I've miraculously fixed my problem I had with StreamYard and Google. I don't know what I did, but it's fixed. So what's everybody doing? How's the thing going? Everybody still stuck inside? Let me see if I can get back over here. There we go. Well, I'm glad some of them have power. Yeah, we had that hurricane, small hurricane, class 1 a month ago, and we lost power for, I think it was 9 hours. So I had my little generator, hooked it up to the refrigerator, which kept the freezer frozen and everything good in the refrigerator. I see Louisiana got spared, and Alabama and Mississippi are getting the brunt of it. As a matter of fact, I can zoom out, I think, on this. Go down the Gulf. Yeah, here's the Gulf. Here's where it is right now. And you can see it's moving into Georgia right now. It came in somewhere right around here. Like I say, Louisiana got spared. Yeah, I can't remember 2 years ago, actually 4 years ago, I guess it was, we had a hurricane. I don't think it was Katrina that came up the coast, but it was about 10, 12 days. Hey, Weekend RVing, thanks for stopping by. I was just showing the Sally out there churning away on the Alabama-Georgia border, and the fact that we're getting a bunch of rain also. Here's another view of it. So it's going to come up and come right across the middle of North Carolina. So we've got rain for the next 4 or 5 days. And as you can see, we've got bands coming in right around here. Weekend RVing, I'm using StreamYard. I finally figured out, well, I sort of figured out. I'm not sure if I figured it out or not, but I got share screen working again finally after, what, 3 or 4 months, 6 months with Google and Windows 10 and StreamYard. I'm not exactly sure what I did, but it's working now. So having guests up is not a problem. Going to be doing an update on GRUNT, and you're not going to believe what you see, because I don't, and I see them every day. And again, we'll either do an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how many people we have. We've got 7 in the house, and we've got 4 thumbs up. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Not that I care anymore, because like I said, YouTube just, for some reason, just doesn't give me the hours I think it should. So I'm not worried about watch hours. My 5 and 8 minute videos get 2 hours watch hours, but a 2 hour live stream with 5 or 6 people gets 1/10, 2/10, 9/10 of an hour. I just don't understand it, but it's not up to me. Let's get rid of this. All right, let's see. We've got 5 in the house. So people come, people go. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on live. Again, just working, trying to get the bus ready. Wow. Yeah, we're supposed to get up to about 3 inches of rain over the next 3 or 4 days. We probably got half, 3/4 of an inch to an inch today. I was going to have a yard sale Saturday, but it's supposed to still be raining Saturday, so wait till the week after that, trying to get some gas money up because getting ready to hit the road in October. Going to Georgia first, Upper Georgia, for the van bill, I hope. Jamie Dimond is the guy heading that up, and he's just now clearing the woods out, making parking camping spots and roads, and this was all heavily wooded. So I'm afraid the first big rain they get is going to turn to pure mud, and that's going to be a mess. So I'm waiting to see. I may go down to, hang on just a second. Sorry, had a cough coming on. So I may go to Texas to one of the festivals out there, and I forget what it was. Lollapalooza, that's what it was. That's the 22nd to the 25th. And I think, if I remember right, that's a musical festival. And then from there, I'll head out to Quartzsite, Arizona. Probably go to Parker first because Parker has Walmarts and nice grocery stores. Then head to Quartzsite, which has the Roadrunner, and food there is at a premium. This will be kind of a show and tell tonight too. I've got some pictures of the progress on the bus. Again, I'm going to be showing Grunt, update on Grunt. You won't believe how fast he's growing. He's probably 70 pounds right now. So he's going to be a big boy. And for the new people that have come in, the condo is up for sale and a house is being retained for the owner of the condo here. It's got a big backyard for Grunt and more space in the house. So he's going to like it. About a month and a half ago, I believe it was, Grunt went on his first road trip. Actually took the bus because I was taking HT and the condo owner and Grunt. So we took the bus because they don't fit in the car. And went to Annapolis, Maryland. And it's actually his really first time being outside in a big yard where he could just run. And he was having a ball out there. Wasn't a whole lot of green grass there, but where my bus is parked at my ex-neighbor's, they've got lots of grass. Take him over there at least once a week. And he just loves that grass. Well, I was hoping to get a few more people tonight so I can start the show and tell. I'd like to have 6 or 7. So send this out on your social media. And let me see what I've got for banners in here we can bring up. Here's my website. Got a swag page, stickers for sale, license plates, koozies, t-shirts. And right now the t-shirts are going through a company that I'm going to drop because they're just too expensive. HD has been kind of holding his own for the last month. He didn't seem to be getting any worse until the last few days. Now he's seems to be getting worse. So I'll be ordering his wheels here probably in the next month. I don't want to force him into the wheels because then he'll lose the use of his back legs even faster. So I don't want that. So, I'm making him walk. I'm making him walk as much as he can. I'm not taking him upstairs anymore. I don't want to make it worse by putting that much pressure on his back legs. So he goes to the elevator right now. And of course, I've got the harness on him where I can grab the handle and pick his butt up and put him in the vehicles so he doesn't have to jump. But it's just a matter of time before he's going to lose all control of his back legs. I know that, and I'm getting prepared for it. Yeah, he's turning gray like crazy. HD. He's over here snoozing. Let me see if I can get him. Here, we'll go over here and change. HD. HD. Hey, come here. There he is. Do you want to go? Huh? Do you want to go somewhere? Where would you like to go? Any place in particular? He's relaxing because he doesn't have his harness on. He says, don't bother me. I just ate a little while ago. I'm ready to go to sleep. And Grunt's asleep. All right, we got 5 in the house. Let me switch over here to YouTube and see what's going on. And we've got 4 thumbs up. Somebody's slipping. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you would, please. He's just zonked out. We went over to the garage today when it rained, and he got wet. He doesn't like getting wet. Doesn't like thunder. But I was loading stuff into the shuttle, getting that ready, trying to figure out where things are going to go back, trying to get the weight distribution a little bit better. And probably another 2 weeks, I'll start planning my route to wherever I'm going. If George is not going to have the van build, I may stick around here for another couple extra weeks. Hopefully the condo will sell before I leave, so we can get everything set up at the new house. So when I come back in March, I'll be working on that house, trading out some labor for room and board and all that stuff, which I don't mind at all. All right, man, we dropped down to 3. Jeez, that's terrible. I know I'm boring, but and we've only started 18 minutes ago. That's okay. Oh, I'm looking over here in the studio, YouTube studio, and trying to see what this all means over here. I can still see your comments in here. This is concurrent viewers. Well, I appreciate that, Ken. Yeah, I just don't have that many followers, so which is fine. I don't mind. I've got a few regulars that watch every video I do and pick up a little hours at a time. It's fun. All right, we got 5 in here. It's 18 minutes, or whatever it is. Let's see what we can go here. 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes. I think we'll bring up a video. This is Grunt in Annapolis, Maryland. This was his first road trip, and again, I had to take the bus because he and HD would not fit in the back seat of a car. And it was his first trip in a bus, his first long trip, which was about 7 hours. He did pretty well considering, and we're working with him on a ramp. That's fun. So he's learning to go up a ramp. I'm teaching him to sit at the moment. So he's learning how to sit. And he's almost got it. Another day or two and he'll have it. All right, let's go over this video. And this is Grunt in Annapolis, Maryland. First time on a long trip, first time in a big open field. You know, here at the condo, you got little patches of grass, but this is the first time he's been out where he can just roam and run. And he still has his harness on him because I wasn't sure if he was going to run, you know, the wrong direction. So let's get this started. It's a little over a minute.
Grunt is loose in the suburbs. His first outing into grass.
Look at that tail.
And he's loving it. Grunt. He's learning how to walk on his leash. And he learns to walk. And run. When he runs, his ears flop. Where you going, Grunt? Deposit some fertilizer. So right now we just let him drag his leash. Oh, wild hog, wild hog. What are you doing? You just like the outdoors, don't you, huh? Uh-huh. You got the easy life, buddy. Uh-huh.
So that was actually Grunt's first outing. You see him shaking his head? Well, he's male, so he was imitating a wild hog. And then he'll run for a little bit and get so tired that he has to lay down for a minute. But, you know, pot-bellied pig, he's carrying all that swinging weight. So that's him, his first time in a big lot. I mean, it was pretty big. So, and again, I had the leash on him because I wasn't sure if he was going to run in the wrong direction or what he was going to do. Yeah, he's he's getting big. Wait till you see some comparison pictures we're going to bring up here in a minute. Oh man, he's growing fast. Now, could everybody hear that? He was grunting constantly. And did you see his tail wagging? When he's happy, that tail goes like a fan. So now you can, if you heard him, you realize why he was named Grunt. Constantly grunting. But he's got about 5 or 6 different sounds he makes. And if he sees his shadow in the hallway, he gets a little nervous, and that's got one sound to it. When he's hungry, he's got another. When he's mad, he's got another. When he's happy, he's got one. So, you know, learning his different sounds so we know what's up with him. Wow. He must have been a domestic pig. Because wild pigs are pretty rough. Should have got some pictures. That would have been fun to see. My mind just went blank for a second. That's terrible. That's what happens when you get old. The next video is Grunt when he was about 4 or 5 weeks old. And most everybody's seen this, but I'm playing this for comparison. The bed that he's in, I'll show him when he was 4 or 5 weeks old, and then the next video will show him in the same bed, same dog bed, at 5 months old. So you'll get to see the difference. Let me bring that up. All right, now again, this is with him in the dog bed at 4 or 5 weeks old. He likes to play like a cat.
Is it a cat or is it a dog?
Let me tell you, there's a lot of people missing out on some good video here. Attack of the Killer Pig. Since he's been snipped, he doesn't play quite as much. Every now and then he'll get a wild hair and want to play. So that was him about 4 or 5 weeks. And let me bring up the next one. All right, here he is at about 4 months. So remember, this is the same bed that he was just in, same dog bed. And let me see if I can get over and get it started. All right, there we go. I keep forgetting the sequence over here. Now let me get over here. Again, it's the same bed you just saw him in. Slight bit of difference. Trying to get him to play a little bit. There he goes. He says, oh, that's enough. Can you believe how much he's grown?
Grunt. Is that so? What? Is that so? Is that so?
That's okay, Cam. I don't know what you missed, but when this is done, you can go back and fast forward to the sections and rewatch it. Yep, that's going to be some good Boston butt and pork chops, and bacon, because he eats better than we do. He eats a lot better than I do. Let's see what else have we got here. Oh, this is just a picture. This is the way he likes to sleep. Hey, lucky dog. Moderator, thanks for stopping by. Just showing videos of Grunt, the condo potbelly pig. This is the way he likes to sleep. I just showed videos comparing his size when we first got him to now. And after the feed, after the stream, if you go back, and you'll see him. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Hey, Jen, look at Grunt. Remember that little tiny pig in that same dog bed 4 months ago, 4.5 months ago? Well, this is how big he is now. Well, let's see, we got a few more people in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, please. We've been 30 minutes in. No, I don't know if you call it growing. I think you call it expanding. Yeah, you just missed him playing. Yeah, he's right now he's about 70 pounds. He's a big boy. He's learning how to sit. He's learning how to go up and down a ramp. Um, Learning how to do a lot of things. Get back over here for a minute, see what's coming up next, because I threw all these pictures together. Yeah, he's expanding, and he's drooping. He's about 3 inches from touching the floor with his belly. I think he needs to go on a diet. And he didn't lose his hair. Yeah, he's cute. he's you'd think he'd be soft and squishy, but he's not. His sides are hard as a rock. Should have named him Iron Sides. I'm doing good. Haven't been on in a couple weeks. Like I said, I just kind of got fed up with YouTube, trying to fight to gain more hours and then take hours away and not giving me the hours I think I should get. So I just got fed up with them. So I've been just working on the shuttle bus. I've got some pictures of upgraded stuff on the shuttle bus. I've got new videos. All my electrical is done now. And now I'm packing out the bus, getting ready for October when I hit the road. So I'm trying to figure out where all the stuff is going to go and what I'm going to do. I'm taking about half the stuff I took last year. I just don't need it. I've been chatting with some friends. One just bought a van, so I'll probably be working on that a little bit out of the road. Hopefully going to Georgia first for the van build if they have it. Then maybe Lollapalooza out in Texas. And then Parker and Quartzsite in Arizona. And then hopefully maybe hit a couple of the other states. But it is going to be winter, so I can't go too far north. I don't have a Four Seasons bill on that. So I may have to go further south. Who knows? Maybe go down to Baja. Who knows? All right, this one is well, good to hear, Kim. Which way you headed? Grunt loves dog toys. And here he's just snoozing in there. He likes tin pans. He likes bottles. That's an empty bottle, old pill bottle. He loves to knock those around with his nose. And he actually tipped that over and decided he wanted to fall asleep in them. Yeah, he does a little bit. Got a few more black and tan toys in there. Yep, you're going down where it's really warm. I think when I come back in March next year, I might go down to Florida and then maybe up to Maine and see my sister. She's in Limestone, Maine. That's a long way up there. That's I think it's about 1,800 miles, 1,900 miles. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm hoping to go to the Dome Rock Boondocking Festival, which I went to last year through Thanksgiving, and I had to hustle back to Texas in December of last year. I was going to stay out until March, but I had trouble with my brother-in-law, so I had to go back and make sure I got all my stuff before it came up missing. And then I came back to Wilmington last December. I've been here since. Did this condo remodel, made a little extra cash to pay for those Battleborn batteries, which are $950 a piece. So I have 2 of those, and I'll be showing some pictures of some of the electronics here in a few minutes. So very few people chatting. Be sure to chat amongst yourself too. And I'm going to bring up the next picture, which just was drawn at about 6 or 7 weeks in HD. You know, that's about as close as HD would get, because Grunt used to like to run and jump on HD. You know, just run and jump on him. He wants to play. And HD says, no, I'm too old for that stuff. Get away from me. So here's HD and Grunt. And I believe the next picture is a few days ago. And you can see how big Grunt. Hey, Ken. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope all is good. And now look at Grunt. Hey, Jess, how's it going? Just some updates on Grunt, and HD, and the shuttle bus. Hadn't been on in a couple weeks, so I figured it's about time to get back on. So how you doing, Ken? I haven't seen you in a long time. You haven't been broadcasting in a long time. So Grunt is getting almost as wide as he is long. See. So that's the comparison right now. Add the stream. There we go. Almost hit the wrong button. So I think what's next is, yeah, the video stuff's coming up next. I mean, the shuttle bus coming up next. Let's see, it's 9. Yes, evening out there on the West Coast. Well, good to hear, Ken. Yeah, I sent you a message through your Facebook or your YouTube. Hadn't heard from you. Yeah, he's about 70 pounds now, 65 to 70 pounds. So he's going to be a good 100 plus. But he grows in spurts. You know, he'll go a couple of weeks and it doesn't seem like he's growing, and all of a sudden, bam, he's wide open. Well, that's kind of weird. I wonder what's causing all that. Yeah, Ken, I was going to get up with you because I'm going to be heading out probably mid-October, heading west. Thought I'd stop in and say, hey, make that one of my stops. Because I'm hoping to go to upstate Georgia for the van build, which isn't too far from you. I can do that. I've got my phone right here. Let me see. I'm going to have to get glasses to see my phone. Let's see. Let me see if I can bring myself up here. Whoops, that was stupid. It was right on the screen. I took it off. Let me see. Let me get over to YouTube. Let me see. Whoops. Let me turn that down. Not too far. Yep, mine's flashing too. That's weird. And it's flashing in, it was flashing in the vertical in the portrait. It's not flashing in, oh, there it goes. Yeah, it is flashing in the horizontal also. That's something to do with Android itself, yeah. That's weird. That's the first time I've seen that. Let me get off Wi-Fi here so I'll get credit for it. Run it through my phone company. Oh, it's something, yep. I'm not sure what it is. I shaved today, took all the fuzz off. It was getting kind of long, so I figured it was time to do it. Let's see, we get back up here. And I'm lagging like crazy on my phone. It's I'm getting the wheel. That's just kind of weird. Oh well. I don't know who you report it to. I guess you could go on Android website or Samsung and tell them if you have a Samsung. All right, let's see, where are we? We're at 42 in, so we'll go for at least an hour and a half. All right, I got some pictures coming up of progress on the shuttle. And the first one is, this is a layout I had to do to figure out where all the wiring was going. And I've never done this type of setup before. So this year I'm adding a second solar panel. I'm adding the 2,000 watt inverter. I've got my two Battleborns in. Victron charge controller. Then I did some bus bars and where my Sure Power generator come in. I've got a dedicated line going out here for my t-shirt machine. A shut off down here for the alternator up front. That's just kind of weird. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever seen that do that. So anyway, that's the layout I drew up. I sent it to Battleborn. I sent it to a couple solar places to make sure everything was okay with it. Didn't want to burn anything up or blow anything up. So as a matter of fact, when I get off this stream, I have to go over to the bus and unplug the batteries. I'm charging them up. Yeah, I can see the phone's still flashing over here. Is it doing it on YouTube? I'm over in YouTube right now. No, it's not doing it over here. Just the phones. It's kind of weird. So that's the layout, and this is what I used last year, which is pretty pathetic if you ask me. Actually, I'm starting to take this apart right now. I've already taken my 12-volt fuse box off and then put a bus bar up here. This is my 110 coming in. These wires are coming up from the battery, the circuit breaker, and that's what I used last year, just this little bit. And so this is a dedicated electric bay. And this is the bay now. As you can see, I've got my bus bar. All this is 12 volt going out to all my lights and my switches and my zombie lights and my backup camera and all that stuff. And of course, this over here is the 110. And can't see the dedicated line, but I'll show you in the next picture. So I've still got some open areas on the positive and the negative. So if I want to add some more stuff, I may have to put another bus bar in here, small one. Or I can bring the wiring directly in. The reason I put the bus bar in was because all my wiring came in from the top, and I knew I was going to lower this, and the wires, some of the wires wouldn't reach. So I just brought them in and brought out new wires down. And I know a lot of people don't like this technical stuff, but it's weird. At the same time every night. So this is the top third. This plug right here is my AC to DC charger that I would plug in here when I'm on shore power. Yeah, we're getting lots of rain here from Sally. Okay, we're coming down a little bit, and this is that dedicated line coming out of the inverter going to my t-shirt machine, the heat press, because I don't want anything on it because it's 10 amps and it's 1650 watts. This is a 2000 watt converter. Here's a circuit breaker, and this is the AC to DC charger. So this goes directly to the battery. And again, when I'm on shore power, I just take this plug and plug it in right here. And I can charge the batteries when I'm on shore power. Or I can bring the generator in and plug this in with the generator coming through the shore power plug, as I showed you back here. Shore power generator both come into the same place. So if I'm on either generator or shore power, I can plug in the charger if I need to. All right, one more here. And down here, there's the 2000 watt converter. It has its own circuit breaker, bus bars. This is the solar charger coming in from the solar panels. And this is the shut-off switch coming from the alternator. So I don't burn the alternator out when I'm driving, because those batteries will suck a lot of juice. So that's the electrical bay. So it's a little bit fuller than it was there. So I had to figure out how to run all these lines. Yeah, it's going to get down to, they said 59 Sunday morning here, which is kind of weird. It got to about 82, I think, today. Didn't get real hot. Maybe 80. Well, Jen, I learned how to do it. Now I've got the final video coming up on this. I've got 4 videos right now on this electrical bay, showing you how I'm doing it, etc., etc. Then I've got a video coming up on modifying the 2 solar panels, because the solar panels, when you buy the suitcase, they have their own charge controller. So I'm showing how I'm taking that charge controller off and reworking the solar panels so they can plug in to my inlets. I have 2, a positive, negative electrical pass-through on the outside of the bus where I hook the solar panels in. Yes, I have the 2 suitcases, 120 watts each and 20 amps. So that's 240 watts. Let me see if I can find it here again. There we go. Yeah, I've got my 2 solar panels here. I just had one last year with that little setup with 1 battery, 105 amp hour battery. And I ran off that last year, but I was using the generator about every 2 or 3 days, especially if it was cloudy. And so this year I've doubled my my solar power coming in, and I've quadrupled my amp hours. It's getting that way everywhere. You know, I don't know what we're going to do. It's 2020 has not been a good year, that's for sure. I'm hoping 2021 is going to be a whole lot better. Yeah, these protests are out of hand. Something's going to be done. Even here in Raleigh, North Carolina, they've trashed downtown Raleigh for no reason. You know, here in Wilmington, they had a bunch of protesters that wanted to take. They took all the Confederate statues down here in Wilmington. I don't know. They say, you know, if you forget about history, you tend to repeat it. Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to repeat a few things from history, and it's not going to be good. So anyway, on a lighter note, I got my yeah, a little bit. Now the CDC is saying that the masks are probably better than the shots that they're developing. Hmm. You know, so yeah, I saw that today. The head of the CDC said that the masks are better off. But if a virus is 0.07 microns and smoke is 0.7 that comes through the mask, that means the virus can come through the mask. So I don't know. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, when they stopped spanking kids, the kids grew up, and that's what we have now. Well, yeah, if you wear them all day long because you're breathing your own carbon monoxide or CO2, whatever you're exhaling, you're breathing that in constantly. Plus, they get wet, and then it starts producing mold from the bacteria that's in your breath. And I know people have to wear them 8 and 10 hours a day. You know, the second I get out of the store, I take mine off. I mean, I'm out in the open. I'm not getting anywhere anybody can sneeze on me or cough on me. I think I had it in December. I was down for 3 weeks and I couldn't stop coughing no matter what I did. So I think I've already had it. You know, I'm a vet, so I go to the VA clinic here in Wilmington. And of course, every time you go there for your checkups and stuff, you sit down with a nurse and they start asking you a bunch of questions. They go over the chart and say, you don't take any medications for this. You don't ever get a flu shot. You don't ever do this. You ever do that? I said, no, I don't. Because everybody I see that's getting all that stuff at my age, the people that are my age, they can barely get out of a chair. And here I am doing remodels, going up and down stairs, you know, working constantly. So I don't want all that garbage in me. You know, if I get a headache, I might take something over the counter, but that's about it. I don't, I haven't had a flu shot in probably since 1974. My problem is my roommate, which owns the condo, she's a chef. So I lose weight when I go out west, and I gain it back when I get here. So I got to stop that. I'm going to have to stop that next year. Well, next year I'll be doing another remodel in the house and building a garage for my bike and stuff. Working on some shelters for GRUNT. My phone's flashing over here. I keep looking at it. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Yeah, I may hit 2 hours. I'm not sure just yet. We're not quite an hour in. We'll see how people hold up. Yep, I do too, Jess. It comes off quick. The second I get out the door. Lately, I've been putting it on and walking into like Home Depot, and you walk in and it's really cold in there, and I start sweating. I don't know why. But when I take the mask off, I stop sweating. And I change the mask out every 2-3 days because I only wear it for 10-15 minutes at a time. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This next little quick video is kind of funny. I put my propane tank in, and of course, I moved it from its original location. So the hose is a lot longer. And I didn't feel like buying a shorter hose. So this is what I came up with. Uh-oh, my little backyard bill is getting a little fancy. The propane going up and over to the stove. Neatness counts. Again, I didn't want to buy another hose, so I just looped that around, supported it so it won't be flopping around, and took care of the problem. It gets me. You've got hundreds and hundreds of protesters in the street, which is fine with this idiot North Carolina governor, but you can't go into a restaurant a bar and sit down with social distancing and have a beer unless they serve a specific type of food. It can't be bar food. It has to be restaurant food. I don't think this governor is going to get reelected. He wants to extend this lockdown. This is the last state that has this type of lockdown, and he wants to extend it another 6 weeks. All this pandemic stuff is going to go away after November 4th. It's just going to disappear. It's all a ploy. Yeah, they put churchgoers in jail here if they go into the church. It's really a mixed up world. Well, mixed up country. I don't know how the other countries are doing, but I watch the local news for the weather, and that's it. I don't watch world news or any of the other stuff. The internet and the cable is AT&T here. You can set your favorite channels, and I went in about 3 or 4 weeks ago to pick another channel, and about 10 of my 20 channels are discontinued. OAN is one of them. All the stuff that I was watching, about 20 total channels. Now I'm down to 10 that I watch every now and then. Well, the first match, in the first window that was broken, it should have been stopped right then and there. And unfortunately, certain governors in certain states did nothing. You know, Como in New York, he forced sick elderly patients into nursing homes. And he has the highest death rate of any state in the country. And he's blaming it on the Republicans. No politics, no politics. Don't get me going. But the riots are ridiculous. You know, these kids calling us fascists when in reality they're acting like the fascists. And you ask them what it is, and they don't even know. Yeah, I definitely don't watch CNN and NBC and any of those. And I'm getting tired of Biden's commercials. They're flooding Facebook, all the local TV channels with his ads, and everything coming out of his mouth is a lie. And it's been proven to be a lie, and he's still spouting this garbage. Well, I don't know if it's that, but I know it is Soros. A good meme the other day was, if it hadn't been for a non-politician being elected president, we would have never known how really bad and corrupt the Democratic Party is. I've been saying for 40 years, we need a businessman in as president, not lawyers, not professional politicians. Remember back when, what's his name? Geez, I can't think of it now. He just died. Businessman. And somebody threatened to kill his wife and daughter and all that if he didn't stop running for president. So he kind of gave up. I'm just tired of seeing it, you know. If I'd done any of these stunts when I was 13, 14, even at that age, I wouldn't be able to sit down for a week. And, you know, if the parents get mad at the cops for their kids getting arrested, then I think that's the problem with the parents. It could be. It could be. They monitor when they can. So if you're talking about it, that could be part of it. See, I think I'm locked up on my phone. Yep, I'm locked up on my phone. So let me see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Am I locked up on YouTube? No, I'm not locked on YouTube, just on my phone. I'd have to refresh my phone. Just amazes me. Just amazes me. All right. To get off that subject, maybe it'll unlock me. You never know. I've come up with a system for putting my screens on my big windows. I did a couple tests with some small sections of screen, and plan A worked on the small sections, but when I did one of the big full screens, it didn't work. Festivals, you mean, Jess? Lollapalooza is in Northeast Texas, I've got a friend that I met out in Parker, Arizona last year. He lives in Waco, Texas. So he was telling me about that. It's amazing how many people you meet when you're out on the road and you become friends with them because they're doing what you're doing. So you instantly have something in common. Yeah, Lollapalooza is in the third week of October, so I'll be heading out there. The van build in upstate Georgia, um, don't have a date, don't have a city or a place yet. I don't know if that's going to go off because the guy's clearing out 50 acres of heavy woods to make roads and camping spots. So you know what happens when it rains with new ground, it turns to pure mud. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen this year or not. If it does, it might happen later. But after either Texas or Georgia, I'm going to be heading to. Well, good for you, Ken. After that, I'll be heading to Parker, Arizona to stock up on groceries since they have a Kmart and a Walmart and all that. Then out to Quartzsite, which doesn't have much of anything, for the Dome Rock Festival. And RTR this year, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're having some fires in Arizona, and they're finally figuring out that it's not climate change like everybody's saying. It's arsonists. Yeah. Yeah, Dome Rock Festival. I was there last year through Thanksgiving. And again, I had to go back to Texas in a hurry. Let's see, we've got just over an hour. Yay, 7 people hanging. That's good. Let's see what we got for thumbs up. We've got 8 thumbs up. Or is that 9? Looks like 8. Oops. My concurrent viewers has come up. In YouTube Studio on the stream page, it shows me. I'm not sure if it's minute by minute, but every 5 minutes, I think, how many people in the stream. But we were up to 10 at one point. Now we're back down to 8. It's amazing how time flies. Let me tell you. I'm going to bring up a picture. And this is my driver's side. Driver's side back window. Those red stripes you see are very, very, very tacky rubber double-sided tape. So what I've done is I've put down the Velcro all the way around using a foam double stick tape, industrial strength, because I've read all the reviews on the self-adhesive hook and loop Velcro, and they say the adhesive sucks. So I put down some industrial strength, and then put down the hook and loop, and then this industrial strength tape on that, and then I'll come around on top of that with some black electrical tape to finish it off. So I can take the whole screen off, and there's no gaps anywhere around it. I've got a video that's coming up that shows how I'm doing this. Yeah, it's a rubber adhesive, but it's a super high tack. And this is the backside with the release paper on it. So when I pull that paper off, I'm going to put some black tape over it. So, because it's double stick anyway, to make it blend in so you won't see it. So I've got a video coming up on that. Just got to put it together. I just purchased a cheap wide angle lens for my camera so I can do a walkthrough of what I've got done. The ceiling's not going to get done before I leave. The back window's not going to get covered. Wood screen, I'll probably do that on the road. I've got to order some more of this double stick rubber. So plan A didn't work. Plan B1 didn't work on passenger side window because I stretched the electrical tape around the corner, which I shouldn't have done. So it tried to, of course, go back to its normal self and pull the corners up. So now I just cut them into pie pieces and put it down so there's no stress on the corners. And I did it with this window and it worked fine. I've already reworked the other window. So now my two screens are in place, which is really nice. Yeah, it's a 16th inch thick rubber with adhesive on both sides, and it's an industrial adhesive. So it sticks like crazy. See what I did with the hook, it has an adhesive back, so I put this right on top of that adhesive because all the reviews I read on all the 3M and all that adhesive, self-adhesive Velcro, they keep saying that it comes off. The adhesive doesn't stick that long. So I've got this industrial adhesive right on the adhesive of the loop, the hook section. So I'll come on top of this after I pull this red off and put black tape just to hide it. And that has worked so far. This one's been up almost 3 weeks, and it's still just like I put it up the first day. So I think I found a technique. It takes a lot more material, it takes a lot more time, but I don't have to worry about it coming down. And if you see this little hinge over here, well, not a hinge, but it's a door latch. I have two of those, and that holds the bed up in the upright position when I'm driving, if I need it up. I've made the mistake of having the bed up a couple times and taken off, and all of a sudden hear a big bang and look back and the bed is down. Yeah, like I say, I've got a video I'm working on that'll be coming up in the next week showing how I did all this. And again, this back window, I probably won't do that till I'm out on the road. That'll give me something to do at night, or when I'm staying someplace for a couple days. I'm hoping to meet up with a friend that's coming out of Maine and hook up and get a small tribe going and heading out west. They're working on they have a truck with a big camper on it, and they live in the camper, not the camper, but the truck shell. And so they've been in and modified the back bed and of the truck and got a bed and stove and all that stuff in there. So hopefully I can meet up with them in Tennessee somewhere and then head out, because I want to do some travel vlog this time. This time I'm not going to be in a hurry. Last year I was always in a hurry. I had to get to Texas. I had to get so much done on the shuttle. Then I had to get out to Arizona because I was running late. Then I had to rush back to Texas. And then I had to rush back here to Wilmington. So this year, it'll take me maybe a week to get out to Texas. I don't know. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to drive 8 hours a day this year. I might drive 3, 4, or 5 and see what kind of entertainment there is and see what I can find. I'm not going to get to do my Wilmington travel vlogs here, my videos. I'm just going to run out of time. So I'll do that next year because it's all going to be here. So I'll do that when I get back in March next year. And again, I might go up to Massachusetts, or I might go down to Florida. Yeah, my phone's still flashing too, which is really weird. Get over here. I'm not sure what I'll get here next. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one right here is the passenger side, and that's done. You can see that the screen is here. So when I have this window propped open like this, and the other window makes for a great breeze coming right across the bed. The bed is in the up position right now, so you get a great breeze. And when the bed's down, I can open up that third window too, which is nice. So let me get back over here, and that's pretty much all the show and tell. Let me take a quick look and see what we got on radar here. Oh yeah, we're getting ready to get hammered with some rain. Here's the radar, and I'm right about here where the pointer is, and you see all this rain right here is heading right to us, right here. And if you get on a further out, there's Sally right over here. Sally better slow that Mustang down, or actually speed up. And we can see some of the bands are coming in here to Wilmington. You know, I've been riding motorcycles since '74, and I've always had an interest in meteorology, so I keep track of what's going on. When my buddies are out riding and get wet, I'm usually back at the house, sitting in the chair having a cool one while they're getting wet, because I like to check on the weather before I go. Now, I've been caught in rain before. I've been caught in snow. I've been caught in hail. I don't mind getting caught in it while I'm riding, but I hate to start off when it's raining, jump on the bike and go. I just hate that. Well, we're not going to get much. We're going to get rain, hardly any wind, because it's supposed to go up through South Carolina, towards the mountains of North Carolina, middle of the state. So we're just going to get rain, maybe a little bit of wind. Now we are getting some bad rip currents because the wind's coming from the southeast. So you've still got some idiots out there in the ocean. Tourists are still here. They haven't left yet. So we're right up in here. So we're getting those bands. Like I say, this band right here is going to come right up into here. So it's going to rain pretty heavily. Looks like it's got a little bit of thunderstorm in it. So, yeah, it's no biggie. I'm used to it. All right, Kim, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. I may be on next week. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how this pans out with YouTube and see how much time I get out of this. If it's 0.1 hour, amp hour, watch hour, or 0.98 watch hour like most of them have been, the only reason it's worth it to come in and talk to you guys. That's the only reason I keep doing it. I think I'm going to knock it off at an hour and a half because, like I say, I've got to go over to the shuttle bus and unplug my charger. I've got to check the voltage. I can do that with my phone when I'm there through Bluetooth. And I'm getting ready to install a unit where I can actually check it without using my phone, which gives me more information than the phone does. So I get that installed. I've got a little red light I'm going to be installing where I can see it from the driver's seat, which will tell me if my converter is on. Oh, I thought you were leaving, Kim. Sorry. Thanks for staying. So that little red dot's going to come on if the inverter's on, so I'll be able to tell if that's on. I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but I'm going to figure out how to hook it up. It's a 12-volt light, and coming out of the inverter is 110. So I got to figure out a way to step it down. All right, let me get back over here to my ugly profile here. All right, well, that's all the show and tell I've got for tonight. Anybody new here in here that didn't see the videos of Grunt? Grunt's becoming a very big boy. And let me tell you, when he steps on your toes, if you got sandals on, it doesn't tickle. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm teaching him how to sit. He's almost got it. Not quite yet, but almost. When I tell him to sit, he kind of starts to go down. So I just push on his butt and say, sit, and give him a grape. And all you got to do is say grunt here. And he comes running because he thinks he's going to get food. Let's see, what else does he do? Like I say, he's got 5 or 6 or 7 different sounds he makes for different situations. Pretty soon he's going to be in hog heaven. Not literally, but he'll have a big backyard to go out into. So I'm teaching him to go up a ramp, and I'm going to have to teach him how to go out a big dog door. So he's got a lot to learn yet. Oh, I don't know. Has anybody ever heard a pig bark? They say they bark, and I heard him the other day twice. He was imitating HD. When HD barks when somebody's at the door, and he barked. I mean, it wasn't a dog bark, but you could tell it was short and sweet. Yeah, hog heaven is a big backyard with lots of grass. Unfortunately, the backyard doesn't have any shade, so I don't want him to get sunburned. So I've got to build a structure that I can get under. Yeah, I wish I'd captured that on video. He barked twice that day. And I'm not sure what causes him to do it. I don't know what the situation is. I don't remember. It just came out of the blue. Maybe it's when he gets a little scared or something. He's scared of his own shadow. Let me tell you, he'll come down the hall, and the light coming out of this room, goes down the hall to the kitchen. So he turns the corner to go towards the kitchen, and he sees his shadow. And then he gets into this sound that that he's scared, he doesn't want to go. So you stand up, you get in front of him, and he'll follow you right out. Now, if you've got food in your hand, that's a different story. No shadow's going to stop him if you got food. And he knows you got food. He would eat 3 times his weight in food if you let him. He's going to be dragging the ground here another couple months if he's not careful. All right, about 6 minutes. I think I'm going to shut it down because, like I say, I got to go over and unplug my batteries. With this battery charger, if you leave it plugged in, what happens is that when it reaches float, which is the most you can actually put it into the battery power-wise, if you leave a charger on it, which I did the other day, too long, and it backed the voltage back down to 13.2, which is storage mode. So I had to unplug it and plug it back in and bring it back up again. So how's everybody's weather? You can see what my weather is. It's going to be this way until Sunday morning. It started raining this morning. Well, they say 3 inches or more. Who's a bad influence on piggies? Oh, okay, now I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that's true. He will never, ever, ever turn down food. unless he doesn't like it. It was really weird. He liked broccoli about a month ago. Doesn't like broccoli now. He's never liked cabbage. I think it's too peppery for him. Let's see what else? There's something else he didn't like, and now all of a sudden he likes it. But he gets vegetables, apples, lettuce, celery, carrots, grapes. He eats better than I do. Tomatoes. He loves tomatoes. What else does he eat? He likes potato chips, but you're not supposed to give them to him because of the salt. But then you already got salted ham. Then it's already been salted. So I give him little tiny pieces every now and then if I'm having some chips. Not enough to hurt him. Loves watermelon. Boy, you cut a watermelon in half, he dives into the center of that watermelon, and it's everywhere. So he gets fed watermelon, half watermelon outside. Yep. Give him enough chips, it'll be salted ham. You know, big Boston butt, bacon, pork loin. There's a lot of good parts to him. The pig. Now he's up to 60 pounds. He's almost at that weight where fit right on a nice big grill. Never do that to him. HD's over here. Let me switch cameras. Let me show you. He's running in his sleep. He does that a lot. Maybe he's chasing squirrels. HD. 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 Were you sleeping? Were you running? Huh? Were you running? He said, why are you bothering me? Huh? Go to sleep. Lay down. Yeah, I grew up on salt pork. You know, with a real thick rind and the real salty pork. That stuff was good. Man. Yeah, he was chasing something. And now he's got an itchy nose. Yeah, he does that all the time. But the problem is at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, on these floors, these vinyl planking, waterproof vinyl planking, when he runs his nails across it, it sounds like an echo chamber in here. It wakes me up. I just say HD, and he goes back to sleep. So he does that 3 or 4 times a night. And it's almost time for him to go out anyway for the night. Last outdoor visit. Yeah. Look at him was, what do you want? Leave me alone. His tail's gotten really fuzzy. You know, I've seen his tail real thin, but now it's super fuzzy, which is unusual because usually in the summertime he loses all his hair, and it hasn't been cool. I think it's the food. You know, different foods affect his coat differently. What I got him on now, his coat's getting thick. So anyway, like I said, he was stable for about 4 or 5 weeks, but now he's going back downhill again. So probably about another month or so, I'll order his wheels and have them shipped out to me in Arizona. I don't want to put him on the wheels until I absolutely positively have to. Yep. Yep. Well, we used to have chickens, you know, roasted, fricasseed, fried. I was watching that show where they make knives competition. I can't even think of the name of it. That's bad. Jeez. So they had some swords on there. The last two guys did some swords, and they had a pig about twice the size of a grunt hanging up, you know, a dead one, to test the swords on, and the coloring was exactly like grunt. And you know, condo owner, that's her pig, not mine. But and I told her, don't come in here and look, because the markings were like almost identical to his. And I said, whoops, better not look at that. All right, we're past 31. We got 70 here, but like I said, I've got to go over and unplug that battery with batteries, which I forgot to earlier. All right, I'm going to shut this down, and I'll be back again next Wednesday, I think, for at least an hour. Be sure to watch this again or run it again. That'll give me some time. I'm just curious to see what happens now with my time. I'm pretty much giving up on trying to make my watch hours. So if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. No biggie. When I'm out on the road, I won't be doing quite as much anyway, even though I have unlimited on my phone. After 60 gigs, they throttle you down. All right, I appreciate everybody coming in, especially my regulars. You guys haven't let me down. I really appreciate that. And I'll be back. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. I'll try to be back next week, and I'm going to have at least a couple videos coming up within the next 5 or 6 days. So if you get a chance, watch them. If you haven't watched them all, go back and catch up. And everybody have a good night, and I'll see you next time.